Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths. The Federal Reserve did something this week it hasn't done in more than 4 years. Cut its benchmark interest rate. But the biggest surprise, how big of a rate cut the Fed decided to make. Karen Kaifa has the latest on the announcement and what it means for both producers and consumers.
The Federal Open Market Committee decided to reduce the degree of policy restraint by lowering our policy interest rate by a half percentage point.
A pivotal moment in the Federal Reserve's battle against post-pandemic inflation and for U.S. consumers squeezed by both higher prices and higher interest rates. The Fed starting to peel its key interest rate off of a 23-year high, setting the wheels in motion for consumers to eventually see relief on debt payments from credit cards to auto loans to mortgages. But that relief won't come immediately or quickly as the Fed keeps an eye on inflation and the slowing labor market to guide future decisions.
They have to look at this job market and figure out, is this a return to normal or is this a slowdown that we need to be concerned with? And I think those call for two very different policy prescriptions, and that's sort of the tricky balance that they're trying to strike at the moment.
Despite the cooling job market, data released Tuesday by the Commerce Department showed consumer spending holding up. Most economists viewing the Fed's September meeting not as an end of an era for interest rates, but the beginning of a new one.
And I think everyone agrees right now that, including the Fed officials, that interest rates are going to head much lower because that's ultimately needed to sustain a healthy rate of economic growth.
The Federal Reserve hiking interest rates 11 times starting in March 2022. The central bank's last increase was in July 2023. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.